Hello friends, welcome to EduSkills OET Made Easy. This is a very different approach to OET learning. I'd like to tell you how to fall in love with OET subtests. Today we'll be looking into reading part C, and today I'll be teaching you the strategies and tips for OET reading part C. Are you ready to travel with me? Come along. Let's jump into the session and fall in love with OET. Okay, let's pray for a minute. Let's remember all those people who are sitting in OED exam today, especially from our platform, and all those who are sitting the exam today. Today is a date of examination. Amen. So great, we are back to part C, lexical questions. Definitely we'll rock today. Normally we don't require any strategies for lexical questions because it's based on vocabulary and the contextual meaning. However, I'll try to give you a few of the tips and strategies, whereby if you have some issues identifying the answer, you can definitely use them. As usual, our motto is to make you fall in love with OET. So let's travel together and enjoy the journey. A thrilling experience learning OET. Let's not practice, let's enjoy the whole journey. And if you're watching this on YouTube, consider subscribing and also give us a thumbs up if you like the work and share the video so that many others will benefit from this. Let them all enjoy the OET learning, especially those who are struggling with it, especially those who are poor and having a lot of challenges in their life. It will be very easy today. It's not a big challenging thing. The easiest 4 questions in C part is lexical questions. So allow me to share my screen. So OET 2.0 reading part C, lexical questions. We are going to look into the key skills as regards lexical questions. And as I already told you, just to recap, the question types: detailed, impressions, attitude, opinion, conclusion, drawn, vocabulary, and reference, which are known as lexical questions. Dr. Kovacs in the acronym I told you. Ultimately, these detail, attitude, opinion, conclusions are summarized into views and opinions of the writer. That's exactly the major portion of it. And the vocabulary and reference, 2 questions on each paragraph. Today's focus is on vocabulary and reference. Lexical questions. We will not be dealing any other questions in this particular segment. We'll be going in deep into vocabulary and reference questions. 4 vocabulary lexical questions in the C part. Every C part is, this means a single word or phrase underlined and bold in the question as well as in the text. It's very easy to locate because it's bold and highlighted in the text as well as in the question. So there is no issue of searching for it. And reference, decide what the word or phrase relates to. A single word or phrase underlined bold in the question and the text. It's bold and underlined both in question statement as well as in the text. So immediately you can land over there. And actually our task here, they will be testing your vocabulary, the lexical range competency you have, your ability or your skill to understand things in the context, contextual meaning. Though you don't know the typical word meaning, you'll be able to identify the meaning from the context. This also means complex sentences. A reference means whether you are able to understand complex sentences.
Who does Bergen envisage would benefit most from this prosthetic? A. Alzheimer's patients. B. People with memory problem. C. People with dementia. D. People who have had strokes.
As on now, we won't read this one. Next one we'll read to save the time, because this is the background text, so it's not exactly lexical. But there is a reference. What he envisions means, he means reference to Bergen, this person. So that's one simple thing. Then we'll read the next one. It comes in that context. Okay, reference he means Bergen.
Still, Berger himself is optimistic, telling IFE Spectrum, we are testing it in humans now and getting good initial results. We are going to go forward with the goal of commercializing this prosthesis. What he envies bringing to the market based on this research is a brain prosthesis for people with memory problems. The tiny device would be implanted in the patient's own hippocampus, from where it could stimulate the neurons responsible for turning short-term memories into long-term memories. He hoped it can help patients suffering from Alzheimer's other forms of dementia, stroke victims, and people whose brains have injured.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. And here again, you have the reference. This is what known as reference. The Bergen is not repeated here, but in the even the next paragraph, it's used as a reference. This is the thing what you are asked. You are asked to do. So reference is Bergen. Yes, Bergen is referred as he by a pronoun. Again, it is referred as he by a pronoun. That's a basic idea.
COVID-19 has caused untold miseries to the people. This pandemic has spread its evil wings all over the world. In the above given sentence, pandemic refers to A. Miseries of the people, B. The whole world, C. Evil wings, and D. COVID-19.
Can somebody type into the chat box if you know the answer? This is not from,
COVID-19.
yeah, this is from not OET material, just I created for you to understand. This pandemic refers to COVID-19. So exactly that is the thing what we are supposed to do. This pandemic. So they are referring pandemic into COVID-19. They are not repeating it. They are giving another name, COVID-19. If you don't know COVID-19 is a pandemic, you will not be able to answer this. Let's see, one more. Yes, please read.
The habit of OET aspirants reaching out to numerous service providers puts them into uncertainties that kill their competency in English language. This practice, along with their tendency to learn English through their mother tongue language, lands them in trouble. In the above statement, this practice refers to, be there refers to.
Could somebody tell me what is the answer? This practice refers to?
Habit.
Habit of OET aspirants.
Yeah.
The habit.
Habit of
Habit.
OET aspirants reaching out to numerous service providers. Okay. Their
OET
Their
aspirants.
OET
OET
aspirants.
aspirants. Exactly, this is what you are supposed to do. I tell you, this is the easiest one. As recently, one of the students who've gone through, recently someone took a student faculty session. She was sharing her experience. She immediately, as soon as she starts C, she will jump into the lexical questions and complete 4. Then only she will start answering other questions because it's going to be very easy. Only thing you should have a clarity. What is reference? What is lexical question? Okay. This is just example I gave you. It's not from the official materials. Yes. So this practice refers to the habit of OET aspirants reaching out to numerous service providers. There refers to OET aspirants. And you know, as I do the screening of my aspirants in this platform, this is one of the biggest hurdles that you are facing, because there are different teachings going on in the YouTube and social media and different institutions. And maybe if there are 3 types of teaching, all the 3 will be right. Now you'll be confused which has to be taken. So ultimately, when you reach the examination hall, you are confused with everything. So it ultimately kills the competency. I was suggesting you, whoever it is, wherever it is, take one mentor, one strategy, one method. That's the best way. Otherwise, it will be eating from all the dishes and you will spoil your tummy. Yes.
One does code refers to an epidemic. A. To the socially isolated people. B. To the quick growth of socially isolated people. C. To the growing number of people who see themselves as lonely. D. To the loneliness that prevails around us. In any event, both ideas may have made more sense historically than they do now. And the number of people describing themselves as lonely is growing quickly. Code refers to it as an epidemic.
Yeah, it's so clear. Like you can even, I told you, strike out these things. It means again epidemic. The number of people describe themselves as lonely is growing quickly. And he says it's refers to it as an epidemic, to the growing number of people who see themselves as lonely. So the same thing, in number of people describing themselves as lonely is growing quickly. So growing number of, just a paraphrasing is given here. Straight answer, there is nothing to be worried about these questions. These are from the official materials. Yes, we'll go fast and we'll come back if needed. Then I'll tell you how to use the chat. It says, please.
Biological
What does-
impact of loneliness. What does Cole imply when he says that socially isolated people are being undermined by their own biology in paragraph 4? A. That they are biologically prone to be undermined. B. That at a biological level they are prone to disease. C. That they are prone to wounds. D. That they are biologically prone to seek out, omit this help.
You are missing the step C, right? QTA method. In C, it is question,
Yes, Father.
text,
Yeah.
then answer. You have to practice it in that way. First, you read the question statement, go to the text, then come back to the answer options. Fine. Can continue. Yes.
Are people isolated socially being further undermined by their own biology? There are two plausible evolutionary explanations. Cole says the best theory is this pattern of altered immunology is a kind of defensive reaction mounted by your body. If it thinks you are going to be wounded in the near future, with no one there to protect or help you. Another theory is that if you feel bad, you may be more inclined to seek out others for help. With this nation, the emotional pain of loneliness acts much like a physical pain that tells you something is wrong that needs to be addressed.
See that at a biological level, they are prone to disease. Prone to disease, pattern of altered immunology, the synonymous language given here, altered immunology. Okay, prone to disease, the synonymous language used here. And one strategy to point at your answer, the best. There are two plausible revolutionary explanations, but Cole says the best theory. I told you the scale of comparison as well as the best, the superlative degree given. So ultimately that clearly tells you this is the answer. And other things, actually, they are biologically prone to be undermined. All these, they are prone to wounds. It's not mentioned here at all. It says a kind of defensive reaction mounted by your body if it thinks you are going to be wounded in the near future. It doesn't say you are prone to be wounded. It's a factual statement. Other one is if conditional statement. And that they are biologically prone to seek out, omit this help. Even the sentence, its construction itself is not correct. So definitely you can understand that's not the answer.
What does the phrase "this new visibility" refer to? But to really change minds in mainstream medicine, researchers have to show biological evidence, a feat achieved only in the last decade through imaging technology such as positron emission tomography scans and functional magnetic resonance imaging. Kapchak's team has shown with these terminologies that placebo treatments affect the areas of the brain that modulate reception. It's those advances in hard science, said one of the Kapchak's researchers, that have been given placebo research a legitimacy it's never enjoyed before. This new visibility has encouraged not only research funds, but also interest from healthcare organizations and pharmaceutical companies. As private hospitals in the US run by healthcare companies increasingly reward doctors for maintaining patients' health, that is, rather than for the number of procedures they perform. Research like Kapchak's becomes increasingly attractive and the funding follows. The options are improvements in the design of placebo studies. Second, the increasing acceptance of placebo research. Third, innovations in the technology used in placebo studies. And the fourth, the willingness of placebo researchers to admit mistakes.
Okay. Now you see, normally you need not read the whole paragraph, not required. You can just launch into this particular highlighted word, the new visibility. Then you can just read that particular sentence or the next sentence if need be. If you are not sure, you can just go to the previous sentence. So here it is in the previous sentence, the meaning is given, the legitimacy synonym is used is acceptance. So legitimacy, it never enjoyed before. The increasing acceptance. It is paraphrased. So this is very clear. It's those advances in hard science, said one of Captive's researchers, that have given placebo research a legitimacy it never enjoyed before. This new visibility, this legitimacy, it never enjoyed before, this new visibility, which means it is accepted, widely accepted, this legitimacy or credibility of placebo research. So it's exactly given there. You have to just understand the paraphrasing or the synonym or synonymous language. I'll be giving you some strategies with some of these. Okay. And this one, see, this is highlighted here, significant and linear. We will not read that. So first we'll go into this. Yeah.
What does linear suggest in 7th paragraph?
Okay. Just start from here. In this study,
In his study of nearly 1,000 patients, Fugg says there was a significant and linear association between drinking coffee and lower risk of colon cancer returning in those who drank 4 or more cups a day.
okay. Now the thing is asked, what do you understand by linear? Okay. Significant and linear. It's in his study of nearly 1,000 patients, what says there was significant and linear association between drinking coffee and lower risk of colon cancer returning in those who drank 4 or more cups a day. So here I'm going to teach you some strategies how you can understand the whole thing if you don't get. For example, what is the linearity? Linearity means proportional. Okay, both go in the proportional way. So opposite of linearity, if you're inclined, sloping, curved, slant, prone, tittling, oblique, skewed, left, bevel, slanting, all those things. Okay, straight line. Linearity means straight growth or step-by-step growth. So here, may help prevent colon cancer from coming back. Coming back, then you have, there was a significant linear association between drinking coffee and lower risk of colon cancer returning in. Coming back, returning in, those things. We'll just look into that. Okay, now you see, what does linear suggest in 7th paragraph? In the text, you can see how it works. See, may suggest, okay, prevent colon cancer from coming back. Prevention, coming back, reoccurrence, synonyms. Returning in, again, reoccurrence, coming back, synonym. Okay, we'll check out. See, suggest, may says it's a suggestion, the modal verb. Then again, you have prevention. You have in this option, right option is this one is the right, CD is the right option. Even in your text, you have clearly it is given prevent colon cancer from coming back, reoccurrence. Okay, reoccurrence is the word used again in the next sentence, which you don't require, but still it says returning in, which also means reoccurrence. Okay, so these are the, yes, these are the connections. Let's see signpost. See, modal verb may is used to suggest suggestion, synonym reoccurrence in the question, coming back in the text, and lexicon vocabulary tested, proportional in the answer option, linear in the text. Okay, proportional means linear. So these are the things being texted. So these are the signpost clues or strategies. If you don't find the answer, you can use to get the meaning in the context and to choose the right answer.
Why is palliative referred to in the 3rd paragraph? For
Yes.
all the intents and purposes, this lung sparing surgical approach is the largest palliative operation known to man, since chance of curing mesothelioma are vanishingly small, said Fredberg. He completed this research while at
Yeah, actually, you need not read the whole thing. And without reading, yeah, that's not the right way, but still with your professional knowledge, what do you feel out of these 4?
Soothing.
Yes. So what do you understand by palliative care? Normally, for whom is it arranged?
The person who cannot be treated with any medications or surgery.
Yeah, means almost there is no medication possible. Okay, no more medication. So life-saving is impossible. There is no life-saving possibility. Life-saving means there is some medication, some possibility, right? And the routine, delicate. Those things cannot be. And palliative, usually it tells you just to, maybe you give some painkillers. Why do you give painkillers in the palliative care centers? Just to soothe their
Doctor,
feeling, just to soothe their feeling, not to save the life. You don't give painkillers to save the life. You know, painkillers kill the life, right? Side effects are a lot of side effects. So ultimately, what I'm telling you, you can just understand from the context, but that's not the best way. But still, you go to that particular highlighted text for all intents and purposes. This is the largest palliative operation known to man, since chances of concurrent mesothelioma are vanishingly small. It says vanishing, life-saving. This vanishingly small means there is no possibility. Life-saving possibility is not there. That tells you exactly which is the answer. So just check out what is happening. Soothing, even if you want a confirmation, if you don't get, you can go on reading. Then you have here preserving quality of life. Okay. See, if you don't get the answer, if you are not sure, just preserving the quality of life, preserving the quality of life, and no possibility of treatment, no medication possible. So that's what I said. You can just locate in the highlighted area. If you don't find, either you have to proceed with the next sentence, or then if you don't find with the next sentence, go to the previous sentence. So chances of curing life-saving means the synonymous language used is chance of living are vanishingly small. This means there is no chances of life-saving. Yes. So what is the signpost being used, or the strategies being used? Life-saving, chances of curing. Life-saving in the answer option. Text says chances of curing is vanishingly very less. And soothing, answer option, preserving quality of life in the text. So just to connect with them.
In paragraph 5, what does the phrase form the cornerstone mean regarding BPD treatment? It is often difficult to tackle the topic of depression occurring with borderline personality disorder. People with BPD have a part of the core disorder, a perturbation of affect associated with marked variability of mood. This can be very difficult for the patient to deal with and can feed in self-injuries and other harmful behavior. Use of the mentalization-based techniques is gaining support, and psychological treatment such as dialectical behavior therapy form the cornerstone of care.
What does the phrase form the cornerstone?
Form the cornerstone.
Yeah. So it is said psychological treatments here, psychological therapies. Treatments, synonym of therapies, or therapy is the synonym of treatment. Now, basis of treatment form the corner of care. Care is the synonym of treatment here. Okay, may not be exactly the same meaning, but still it is used as a basis, cornerstone basis. So the whole thing is there. We'll just see how it can be highlighted. Okay. Yes, signpost, synonymous language, cornerstone of care, basis of treatment. And next is synonym used. Treatments here, psychological treatments here, psychological therapies. So that's a clear strategy is telling you this is the answer. Ultimately, it is there in the sentence itself. Need not go anywhere. Just launch into that particular highlighted bold expression, the word or phrase, then read the same sentence. If you don't find, go to the next sentence or to the previous sentence. That's all you require to do. If at all you don't find in any of these cases, you are allowed to read the paragraphs that rarely occurs.
In the fourth paragraph, what does the phrase walk the walk imply about the physician leaders? What are the attributes of physician leaders that might account for this association with enhanced organizational performance? When asked this question, Dr. Toby Cosgrove, CEO of Cleveland Clinic, responded without hesitation: credibility, peer-to-peer credibility. In other words, when an outstanding physician heads a major hospital, it signals that they have walked the walk. The Mayo website notes that it is physician-led because this helps ensure a continued focus on our primary value. The needs of the patient comes first. Having spent their career looking through a patient-focused lens, physician moving into executive position might be expected to bring a patient-focused strategy.
ultimately, I told you here itself, you have the answer. And as I usually told you, for you to read faster, see here, Dr. Cosgrove, then you have comma, then you have subject complements within the commas, no? Just you need not even read those things. Normally, that will not be significant at all. See what that are called the subject complements, his qualifications. So you can even jump when you skim, no, you can jump those with whatever happens between the commas. Those are called as that's known as subject complements. So suddenly it says, when asked the question, suddenly his credibility. Then in other words, means he is explaining credibility. Okay, they have walked the walk. Physician leaders reference here against it, they. You should be able to connect these two things. Understand they means they have walked the walk. Again, you have having spent their careers, you have the synonym here or the synonymous language experience. The synonymous language used is having spent their careers. Means there is experience. Credibility is here, they is here. So they have earned credibility through experience. Credibility, walk the walk. So ultimately, this is the thing. Physician leaders here. So everything is given exactly as it is normally in this thing. There is no confusions just from this particular, this is a topic sentence. What are the attributes of physician leaders that might account for this association with enhanced organizational performance? That's the question being asked, and the answer is a topic sentence, or the question and answer together is the topic sentence. So credibility, that is the key word in that particular topic sentence. So that is the answer. See, physicians, reference is used, they is again used here in the answer option, and credibility is used in the answer option, and experience, the synonymous language having spent their careers, is used in as well. So actually, as soon as you see the key word, you can confirm this is the answer, because you need not go into eliminations, because that particular word is not found in all the other three, or the word or its synonym or synonymous expressions are not found in B, C, or D answer options. So definitely you can confirm. And walk the walk, the same word is given in the question, highlighted and bold or underlined within commas. Okay, so easily you can launch into that. See, physician leaders, that is also given in the question statement. So there is nothing to worry about locating. So what are the signposts or strategies? Synonymous language, experience, having spent their careers, reference used, physicians, means they, that is a reference being used.
The word uniform in paragraph 7 suggests that e-cigarettes should. And there are a number of less interesting points of agreement among proponents and skeptics of e-cigarettes. First, all agree that regulation to ensure the quality of e-cigarettes should be uniform. Laboratory analyses have found sometimes wide variation across brands in the level of carcinogens, the presence of contaminants, and the quality of nicotine. Should I continue further?
Do you think you need to continue? No, because already the answer is clear there. See, should be uniform. See, yes. There are a number of interesting points of agreement among proponents and skeptics of e-cigarettes. First, see the time sequence or the time expression, sequential expression. First, all agree that regulation to ensure the quality of the e-cigarette should be uniform. So the word uniform suggests what? Then this explanation, which I highlighted, laboratory analysis have found sometimes wide variations across brands in the level of carcinogens, the presence of contaminants, and the quality of nicotine. So it says standard quality, be of a standard quality. They say should be uniform. So the modal verb used is should. So it says it is a suggestion or a recommendation. Be of a standard quality, because there are contaminants and other issue of quality. They say it should be uniform, and that's being explained in the very next sentence. That's what I said. If you don't understand here, actually you can understand from here itself. This is the thing. But then if you don't understand, you can just read the next sentence that says there should be of standard quality, because it speaks about contaminants and quality of nicotine, means low quality of nicotine. So those are the aspects we have to concentrate on. I think even to explain this, maybe when you watch the video, if you want, you can practice this. We'll read from here. Domain experts, expert leaders have been linked with better organizational purpose in settings as diverse as universities, where scholar leaders enhance the research output of their organizations to basketball teams, where former all-star players turned coaches are disproportionately linked to NBA success. So here it says former star players become comparatively better coaches. Disproportionately linked to the NBA success means they are leading to success, which means better coaches. The comparison is there, better expression, comparison. And other options, all-star coaches have a superior understanding of the game. It doesn't speak of superior understanding. Teams coached by former all-stars consistently outperform other teams. Nothing speaks about other teams. And to be successful basketball coach, you need to have played at a high level. It doesn't say anything that you have to play at a high level. So ultimately, actually there is no requirement of elimination over here because the things will be clear. As you launch into the highlighted expression or the phrase or word, in the very sentence, you can confirm the things. Otherwise, you can go to the paragraph reading. But normally, what I suggest, if you can directly find from the sentence or from the next sentence or the previous sentence, you answer it, or you skip and move and come back with the rest of the time. When you have enough time left out, you can go into reading the paragraph. Just I am giving you one more tip. What are the challenges you face? Illusion of competency. Many of you say, and I get a lot of messages saying that when I see the video, when I attend the sessions, I understand. And it looks very easy, but when I get into the real practice, I'm not able to do it. So this is known as illusion of competency. It looks very easy, wonderful. I have done it. Now there is no issue. I will definitely crack OET. That will be the idea when you look at when you watch my video or when you understand, listen to my classes. But that is illusion of competency, not competency. Knowledge is not skill. Okay, competency means knowledge with consistent practice, which goes into skill. So you understand here better. That is must. Without understanding, you can't develop the skill. You will not be able to progress consistently. So this is knowledge what I am imparting you, and no one can impart you skill. Skill is the result of consistent personal practice. So don't be disappointed when you don't get score. Even if you get out of 8 only 1, it's fine. That will go to 2, 3, 4. But there are people who say maybe they have practiced or they have been into various institutions and long training. And now they have seen this new strategy. There are people, even yesterday I found some messages who are saying, the very first time I got out of 2018 in the party A, after watching the video, I practiced in that way. There are experiences of that sort. That's entirely different because they have been practicing previously, and now they have a clear contrast with their prior practice. Now they understand what they were doing was really wrong, exactly wrong, and so they understand better. So we call it KAS. It is not Kerala Administrative Service or Karnataka Administrative Service. It is knowledge plus attitude, which means confidence plus skill. These are the ingredients for your success. Knowledge you should have, and the attitude, confidence you should have, plus the skill you should have. That's why the EduSkills platform gives you the opportunities like being an empowering arm to build up your confidence and being in various learning groups so that you guide and lead the discussions in the common platform, whereby you'll be developing the attitude. Then you have the skill. Definitely, above all, you need God's grace. That ultimately it's understood. Without God's grace, you cannot do anything. But theoretically, from your part, what you have to do is this. So if 50% is your part and 50% God's grace is here in your part, you are supposed to do this knowledge, attending the sessions, watching the videos, and understanding, then practicing it in the platforms. Continuous practice, consistent practice, that is attitude or confidence, which automatically develops into a skill, and you'll definitely enjoy the process of sitting OET exam. And practice a little, but consistently. Okay, there are people who practice little 5 days, then practice too much 2 days in a week. That's not proper. Practice little is different from practice a little. That is the scale you understand. Okay, practice a little, but consistently. I never propagate the you should practice continuously 8 hours, 10 hours, 18 hours. That's not the way to develop the skill. If you can do, definitely you can do, but then that will not contribute much to the skill. What I say, enjoy practicing a little, some, maybe one part of one subtest, but then do it consistently every day without missing. And have a mentor. Always I tell you, have a mentor. Anyone is okay, whomever you are confident with over the world, whoever is qualified, but have a mentor and be guided. And the other way about is having many mentors. It's scientifically proven that that will not help you in any way. There should be a mentor and one strategy throughout. And guided practice. Practice, practice, practice without any guidance. It is wrong practice, and that's a clear path to failure. Then that is why we have such a percentage of results, because without guidance, people keep on practicing material after material, and they exhaust all the materials available, and they say, now what to practice? So guided practice is important. And CLC principle, clarity of purpose, love of the process, compounding effect. Clarity of purpose means you should be damn sure. It's not the attitude that if I get IIT, okay, I will try to go, otherwise I'll be here. No, clarity of purpose should be there. I definitely damn sure I will do it. I will sit OET and I will get through OET. That clarity of purpose should be there. And you should also know before you start preparing which country you want to move to, and start learning about the country, culture, and all those things. That will keep you motivated. And love of the process. Never ever do if you don't enjoy the practice. Love of the process means when you have a clarity of purpose, you will definitely love the process. Then you want to do more and more practice, you love the process. And compounding effect means every day you mark in the score sheet which is provided in the platform, so that every day you see a compounding effect means as sort of step-by-step, gradual, linear, consistent growth. Okay, consistent growth. So that is the compounding effect or the satisfaction that keeps you moving forward. So remember the CLC principle. That's it. If you need any clarifications on any of the slides, I can get back to you.
Good morning, Father.
Good morning.
Am I audible?
Yes, please.
Will you please show the slide of synonyms of linear?
That linear diagram is there, no, Father?
Diagram, okay. That was not synonyms, they were opposites. Right? This one?
Yes, sir.
Opposite of linear there. Just to make you understand, you need to visualize the things whenever you read. Visualization and association are the best ever life skills that you can use to get the things, absorb the things, or personalize the things. The more you visualize, that's why I gave you one example. When you say linear, if you understand that picture, okay, linear, straight growth. There is no curves here. It is straight growth. It doesn't go like this, then go like this, then go like this. No, that's not linear. These are the expressions for that. Linear means straight, consistent. This is what I said, compounding effect means this. Every day, even if small growth, consistently there is a growth. Today you got 2 score, tomorrow 4, next day 5, next day 7, next day 8 out of 8. Or out of 40, you got maybe 15, then 18, then 20, then 25, then 38, then 30, 32, 35, 38. It goes consistently. That's what I said, consistent practice. And compounding effect means consistent growth that motivates you. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. It's clear now. Thank you.
Yes. You'll have to say your name when you ask me some questions so that I can address you, because I don't
It's
see
me,
you when I
Vinci, Father.
Pardon?
I'm Vinci, Father.
Fine. Okay. Thank you. Anyone else? Any other slides? Otherwise, I'll come to Q&A with the gallery mode. Right, fine. Let me stop sharing. Okay. Let me put in gallery mode. Yes. Yeah, now you are allowed to disturb me. No distractions are not counted now. You can unmute your video and audio. Okay. And always take such opportunities. Okay. These are the opportunities where you can impress yourself with the mentor. See, when you have an idea about the person, definitely when you get a message, you remember. Otherwise, it's all like absurd and abstract. So response will be in that line. Okay. And don't worry about speaking. This Q&A is given not because I have enough time, extra time, but to keep build up your confidence. All of us are learners here. And I told you, don't worry about the mistakes. Your mistakes are my syllabus. Lexical questions, I hope I have tried to solve it out. Normally, you don't require any strategies for lexical question. Either you understand the meaning or understand the meaning in the context. That's the only thing required. But then I try to put in strategies as well, which is there in every English paragraph. You can use the strategies to understand the meaning and the contextual meaning.
Good morning, Father. Shalini
Good
here.
morning. Yes.
Father, it's a simple question, but I don't know. See, we say that we don't put our clinical knowledge when we answer the questions.
Yes.
But my
Definitely.
question in the lexical question,
Ah.
is it okay that we apply, like, for example, in the question, it was a palliative care,
Yeah.
where the
You-
answer was,
Yes.
can we apply our clinical practice there?
Yeah, you can use your clinical, definitely you have to use your clinical knowledge, but don't read your knowledge into the options or into the passage. Now, for example, there are 4 options, but you feel you have a better option. Don't write the better option there,
Okay,
which is not
fine.
given. Definitely you
Okay.
can use your clinical knowledge as well as your linguistic knowledge, language expertise. You have to use it. That is what they are testing. But then don't read your knowledge into it. Maybe there is something given, but you know better than that. And for example, for fever, for high temperature, the text says you have to administer paracetamol. But then you know Dolo is better. So don't write Dolo there. Reading
fine.
your knowledge, maybe Dolo is the best option, maybe. But then never ever read your knowledge into the text. Give exactly the answer given in the text. That's all. And there you can use, definitely you have to use your medical knowledge. When we say, it is not that you are not supposed to use your medical knowledge, professional knowledge, but you are not supposed to read your medical knowledge into the text.
Okay, fine.
To understand the text, definitely you have to use your professional knowledge. Thanks, Soumya Sham and Shalini. They helped me to find all these lexical paragraphs and put them into the slides yesterday night. Okay, both of them. That's how people help me, support me from background so that I can save a little bit of time. And I can share with you, no issues. But make it sure, because this is going to be the easiest one. Like other day, Krishna in our session she shared, she simply jumps, even in our practice, simply jumps into the C and immediately grab 4 questions, lexical questions, and answer, then go to the other questions. So 4 marks is guaranteed. Normally there is no issue. Because you don't require any other strategies over here. I taught you strategies because if you don't get the answer, like I told you, elimination method you can use if you don't find the answers. Here also you can use the strategies if you don't find the answer to understand the context.
Yeah, maybe very soon we'll also jump for the lexical questions now.
Yeah. Once you know this strategy, you see, whenever you get next time that particular question of this type, you will be easily understanding that. So that's what I said. OET doesn't have many things to give you. If you understand basic strategies, they will not ask you anything beyond it. They cannot ask you because the question framing is within this framework. The framers of question, the teachers cannot frame any type of questions.
Okay.
And one thing I want to tell you, maybe in your mother tongue, Malayalam or Kannada or Konkani or Telugu or Tamil, you will understand better the videos. Why I have not uploaded, or on compulsion, I have taken 2 or 3 sessions in Malayalam, but still now, I uploaded all my English videos, but I did not upload Malayalam videos. Why, you know? There you get a satisfaction and you get into illusion of competency. When you watch a Malayalam video about OET, you get into illusion of competency, which will kill you. Without your knowledge, your realization, your competency will be killed. For which I am telling you, when we were trained, we were told, the teachers of English, even one in the LKG, the first day of the LKG, the child comes to the school for the first time. The English teacher is never ever allowed to use any mother tongue word. She cannot use at any extreme stage. She cannot use the mother tongue to communicate to the child who has come first time to the school, first day in the school, knows nothing about English. Okay. Only exception is that if they are not able to handle, the teacher can refer the child to the counselor. Usually here you don't have. Usually abroad you have counselors. School kids counselors are always available. When you have a disciplinary issue in the classroom, you can't ask them to stand up on the bench, or you can't even stare at them. Even if you stare at it, is penalized. You can be punished. You can't even stare at them. If it is out of your control, you can call the counselor and hand over the child to the counselor. Counselor will take the child and give some ice cream or some chocolates and make it comfortable and speak to it and hey, you are good, nice, come on. And that 1 hour, the counselor will manage. So what I'm telling you, even then, the teacher is not allowed to use even a single word in Malayalam or Kannada or whatever their mother tongue. The teacher has to communicate only in English. So that's what I'm telling. This is a proven fact after a long research by universities like Cambridge, Oxford, Harvard, that if you learn things in translation, you will kill the competency. So even if you don't understand, sometimes pause it, watch it many times, because even listening to the video, watching the video develops your confidence when it is in English. When it is in Malayalam or Kannada or other mother tongue language, your language, L1 we call it, L1 influences the obstacle. That will kill your competency. Because Malayalam or Kannada, your mother tongue, you did not learn by translating from some other language, right? You learned it straight away. That's why you are fluent.
Yes,
When you say
Papa.
this is when you pat on this, you should never feel Mesha or Meju. Okay, you should feel table. First, table should come to your mind, visualization, not the Mesha or the Meju. Okay, right.
Good morning, Father. I have
Yes.
a doubt.
Yes, Sukita.
That question, actually, I can remember that question. Two options confusing me. And then my question is how I can exclude the question, even though it is easy, how I can exclude with a similar meaning.
Like similar meaning, when there are two answers right, only one will be correct. That's why we call you have to choose the best answer. There will be many answers, better and good answer, right answer, but one will be the correct. If you don't understand from the option, what you have to do, I told you, go to that particular location, read that particular sentence. If you don't get it clarified there, go to the next sentence, which will be explaining that sentence. Even then, if you don't find, go to the previous sentence. In all these cases, if at all not possible, what I suggest, always skip and come back at the end of the exam. Okay, so that you read the whole paragraph if need be. Even after that, it is not possible, you have to get into elimination method. Okay. Elimination method. If you have not attended the video, the session, you just watch the video. That's essential, because in certain cases, you will be held up with 2-3 answers. So you will have elimination method, you will have almost 95 to 100% surety that without knowing any meaning, any answer, you'll be able to guess the answer and mark the right answer. So it will be clear from the paragraph. If they look similar, but they are not same. They look similar, but they are not same. There'll be some difference. Meaning will be same, but what the paragraph has said will be different. One example I gave you, understand. For example, human beings have dashed legs. 4 minus 2, 3 minus 1, 1 plus 1, 2. All the answers are correct, right? 4 minus 2 means 2. 3 minus 1 means 2. 1 plus 1 means 2. But what is the correct best answer? Correct answer? 2. Yeah, straight away. So all the answers are arguably right answers, but only one is correct. Because when somebody asks what is your age, you will not start saying 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, right? Or you will not start saying 100 minus 73. Okay, so it looks right, but then they are not correct. That's why they say the instruction is choose the best answer, which presumes there could be a better answer and a good answer, but we want the best. The golden rule for all these benchmark English exams is that the monkey exactly wants the best one, the exact answer. That is a golden rule.